Welcome to the backup and restore video. We will take a backup from a live database, number 1 here on the board, with HANA Studio. This will produce a series of files. We will move those files over to another HANA instance, and we will then restore, called perform a recovery on that destination system. Note that the destination system will need to be shut down for the recovery operation. Let's see this in action with Bob.
In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the concepts of backing up a HANA database and also restoring that same HANA database. So firstly, we need to do this in our SAP HANA Studio. And the most important thing here is to make sure that our perspective called Administration Console is selected. So in this example, we have a database that we want to back up and then restore it on another instance. We simply right-click on this system name and select Backup. Now we'll be presented with a folder where it will automatically back the data up and a prefix of all the files that it has backed up. So to demonstrate that the files are actually created, I'm going to log into FileZilla, which is basically a UI to connect to my Linux system. I'm then going to connect to my database, the database server, and I'm just going to create a new folder. So here I'm going to create a folder in my HDB system. I'm going to create a new folder called My Backup. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to click OK. Just making sure in the log that the folder has indeed been created. So there we have My Backup, which at the moment is empty. If I go back to the administration console and paste that location here, we should now be able to do the backup. Again, I'm going to rename the backup file prefix just so you know that we've created those files. We then click Next, and then we'll be presented with a summary of what is going to be backed up and where it will be backed up to. So this is the whole instance HDB, and it's going to be backed up to this folder and in this file, or in these series of files. Quite simply then we click Finish. Essentially, all the 4 different servers will be backed up. The name server, the index server, the statistics server, and the access engine. All of them will be completely backed up. Remember again that this only applies to one instance. If you have multiple instances, you will need to back up each of those indexes. So there we have a summarization that we've backed up all 4 volumes. We can click on Close, and just to check that it's been backed up, we can go back into FileZilla. We can go and then refresh My Backup, and then we should see, if I refresh this folder, we have the indexes all backed up, and of course you can see that we've got the My Backup prefix to each of the files. Obviously then, to restore, what you would need to do is copy these 4 or 5 files to your new box using FileZilla or another method, and then we can do the restore. So to do the restores kind of the same way, I would right click on my database and go to Recovery. Now when you recover, what you need to do is shut down the server before you recover. So just to demonstrate this, if I cancel, I'm going to go to my PuTTY system and actually manually shut down the system. Using that stop SAP command. It should take a few seconds to shut down. There we can see that the system is shut down. So now what I would do is right click, go to Recovery, log in with my SID user for the operating system. So for me it's HDB ADM with the relevant password. Click OK. And then it will start to get all the parameters for that server. So now you can choose how you want to back everything up. So you can choose back up the database to its most recent state, or a specific point in time, or choosing a specific data backup. So if I select this, I can then go to my advanced, and I can say I want to choose a specific log position within the database when I want to recover. But for us, we just want to say recover the database to its most recent state. I'll then click on next. So now what you'll need to do is specify the location of your backup. So here I can just paste in my folder which I created before, and you can also choose the location of where any log files are as well. All you need to do then is click on next, and then the recovery will commence and will finish with a confirmation message that the recovery has been done successfully. So that's a simple way in which you can back up your database and recover your database on a separate system. Obviously this could be a separate instance, and it also could be on a separate machine. So that's a way in which you can back up, migrate the content and recover your database using the SAP HANA Studio.